It is Wednesday morning, November 26th, one day before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the U.S. who's going to be celebrating that tomorrow. Today I want to look at the LOV pattern from Tony Plummer, and I'm going to show a practical application of it on the gold market. So remember, from the prior videos, if this is new to you, go to my RG 7 Days playlist and watch those videos where I talk about this pattern and some of the other tenets of the LOV, or the properties of the LOV and their different cycles. So what I'm going to do here, we've got the 3-wave ascending, 3-wave descending. We can look at this as either a 6 or a 12-wave pattern. We're going to look at this as a 6-wave pattern where we have 3 waves up, wave 1, 2, 3, and we have 3 waves down, wave A, B, C, with the capital letters. So we're going to treat it as the 6th wave. I'm going to show one love cycle on gold. I'm going to show 5 consecutive sequences and then give you a couple of tips on laying that out. Now, from the prior videos, you will remember that what we really want to do is be able to identify the wave 3, the wave A, and the wave B points, and there are key points there. Remember in the prior videos, I mentioned that here they're showing in a pattern the wave B comes in, generally going to show between 80 and 85%. Right here they're showing it at 85%. That peak may not always happen there. It may happen at the 66 area. They're showing this high here at the 374 area. It generally shows up at the 66 area. So thinking in terms of octaves and music theory, where the fa tone is at the 33%, the so tone is where the A low is located at the 50%, and the la tone is at the 66% area, which is your area of your neutral force. This is where that high is most often going to come in. So you will see when looking at these patterns, you may get a high at the 66 area and the 80 to 85 area, or one may be a low, one may be a high, or the other one may be the high, and the last one will be the low. But you will get pivots at those areas. Now this pattern can stretch a bit, it can float a bit. It will begin, like George Bayer told you, it can begin before the other one ends. A new cycle is born before another cycle dies, or sometimes there's a little stretch between, but it's very limited. So let's move to the gold chart now that the basics are covered again. Now here's a screenshot of the gold chart, which shows 5 consecutive patterns. So what I do, I've just created a fib time tool template that gives me the key percentages so I know where to look for these particular highs and lows. And what that allows me to do is to be able to stretch my time tool and be able to locate these cycles. So I've got 5 consecutive patterns on gold marked out where you can look at all the pivots. So on the chart here, I've only noted the 3 and the A, and then I marked the 80 to 85 area also, so you can see whether that area was a high or a low. You can see the 66 percentages marked on the chart, although I didn't highlight it with an ellipse. So you can see that we really want to be concentrating on that 3, that A area, and then that area in the 66 or the 85 is where we want to concentrate on triggering our trades from. That's how we know the trend. We know the wave A area is always going to be a low, and we're going to be able to get a good long trade coming off of that. So if you figured out the length of this cycle, it's going to stretch or contract a little bit, but you can just measure forward to find out approximately where the next wave A low is going to be, or you can short the wave 3 high. There are other nuances to this, which I'm just not going to talk about in public. I'm giving a lot of this away. I'm putting a lot of this out there. No one has really come out and clearly covered the key points of this pattern, so I'm giving you this and giving you enough information to go make this work for yourself if you look into it and do the work required to master this use of this pattern. So there is the pattern in gold. This is roughly this particular cycle length. There are multiple cycles in any market structure. I'm showing one shorter LOV cycle here. This is roughly the length of a geocentric Mercury cycle. And this will expand and contract just like a geocentric Mercury cycle will. It has an average length of 116 days, but it can contract or expand to be a good bit bigger than that on either side. So this particular LOV pattern is pretty synonymous with the Mercury cycle. Now on this chart, I've only marked the wave A lows. So the first 5 are the 5 that I showed on the initial chart, and you'll see that off of these wave A lows, we get good bullish moves, and you know where this should go to. Sometimes the corrective moves are smaller, and you might be able to stick with it all the way through. This one here is abbreviated. We're in a down trend here, in a bearish section of the pattern, so we don't get a much of a move off of that wave A low. So this is the reason I showed the prior chart was so you could see what the pattern looks like and how it deviates in different market structure types. The market doesn't repeat the exact same pattern every time, but what we can do is take these key points and use that to get our trades going with. So I'm going to just mark these first 5 here. These were the ones from the prior screenshot. Now the next 4 points are the next 4 consecutive lows, right as we are moving right up to the current market activity. So I'm showing you the past, and I'm showing you what I didn't show in the prior screenshot, the next 4 patterns, just to show that this pattern continues to be effective and will work going forward. So now with that information, you'll be able to work out this pattern and be able to use it and project it going forward in the gold market.